Well, it's pissing down here and it's getting pretty dark, so I'm on firework. But I did notice AV out here works. Whoa, getting even wet on the sides here. So I just put this on the tripod and get noisy as well. I decided not to go out today. I think you can see why. I think I chose wisely not to go out today. But today's task yeah, the work never ends, does it? Whoa! I'm gonna have to go over here, fellas. Oh, look at that! Bloody hell! Oh shit, the guttering's it's overwhelmed the guttering. Bloody hell! Look at that, fellas. They need some jolly good better guttering on there, don't they? Well, that's no good, is it? Anyway, today's task to make up. I bought some containers and I'm going to make up a final formulation. I'm going to try these ones, even though probably they're going to get raindrops on them. Because the glass jars are. Can you hear me? I've got some bran, 500 grams a bag, and I'm going to make them up now. So I made a final formulation yesterday, which I think will be good for the jar work. So I'm thinking there's going to be like 2 formulations, one for the jar work and one for potting up, sort of thing. So anyway, the idea is to get a bag like this and just opening up in the there. And then to add, I'm just going to add 1.5 litres. See what happens. Basically. Mix it around. It's probably going to be too much water. I'm probably going to have... No, maybe not. It's going pretty well. Yeah. Must be pretty good. So there we go. Well, that will do that. So these 3 bags will definitely give me my one of these containers and my other glass jar sort of thing. So I'll do the same again with these. I think maybe add a bit of extra water for safety as well. Sorry about this. Couldn't find the scissors. It was raining too much to find the scissors in the shed. There we go. Once you get it started, it's alright. Gideon's probably laughing, saying, "No, this is nothing. You should see the rain we get." You should see the monsoonal rain we get. Anyway, another one of these. There we go. Otherwise it would go over the bucket limit if I did it all in one go. It'd be hard to mix up sort of thing. So one lucky last, hopefully. Well, that's better. I found a better way to open them. Yes, you never know what you're going to get with my video clips, do you? Yeah, there we go. One more. Someone said this it's going to rot or something, and I was saying, well, that's what you did before, but with our newfound knowledge, it might not rot this time. You know what I mean? Once we add our formulation, the idea is to promote the goodies and keep down the nasties, sort of thing. So we'll see if it works, you know. They said, try again is the model of the story. And the good thing with the jar, I mean, the jar idea started off in 1996. You know, that's almost 20 years ago, and I kept going. And it started off with ultrasonics and microwave, which is why it's called USM tissue culture. They said, oh, you couldn't sterilise something with a microwave oven. So I came home and I just burnt the microwave oven for 6 months, twice a day for 6 months. And what I learned is, on the highest setting, 50 minutes, unsterilised. Do it for an hour, it's sterilised. So the actual limit lays somewhere between 50 minutes and an hour. So you could actually sterilise it, but it had to be 50 minutes. But our electricity bill only went up by 1 unit per quarter. So it went from 10 units to 11 units. Burning it twice a day for 6 months. And of those 4 of those 6 months, you know, a quarter, no, that's the third, isn't it? Sorry, 3 of those months, it went up a unit. So basically you go, in 6 months you go up 2 units. But, you know, 1 unit in the 1 quarter and another unit in another quarter, basically. Wouldn't you? Is that right? No, that's not. That's bad mathematics, isn't it? Yeah, it's bad mathematics. That's false math. That's false math. You go and work it out. Go on, Gideon. Put your brain to it. Okay, you got your got your 2 equations running there. Okay, over 6 months we went. I burned it for twice a day. You know, for 6 months. But our electricity bill over 1 quarter, which is 3 months, went up by 1 unit from 10 to 11. So, what is it over 6 months or thing, you know? So I think, yeah. Anyway, a little conundrum there for you, mathematical conundrum. Anyway, there you go. Basically, about 7. Looks like about 7 litres here. Where's the marker? I can't see. It's just too dark. Hang on, no. I can. There's 8, 7. No, I tell a lie. It's about. According to this thing, it's about 6 litres. So. 3 bags of 500 thing with 3 lots of 1.5 is 4 litres, isn't it? No, it's not. 4.5 litres is yeah, it's 6 litres basically. So what's the volume of the brand basically? Well, according to the brand's probably absorbing some of the water and therefore the volume or something. But there you go. So there you go, it makes quite a firm, well, a nice peat-like mud, peat mud-like consistency. I don't know if you can see that, whether the camera's going to be able to get anything out of this, and any still shots whatsoever. I don't know, it's just too dark in here, even under the single sky, even under the single skylight. And what I'm actually going to do, I think, fellas, is I'm going to add an extra 1.5 litres if I can. Probably going to have to do it from the tap here. Get to it. I'm getting there slowly. Got to watch this tap here. It used to have a water hammer on it, but since we've had the new well, there you go, another 1.5 litres. And we'll see. I'm sorry, we're probably not filming properly down there, are we? Are we filming? Let's see, what are we filming? There we go. So, just want to make sure that it can take up as much water as it wants to take up. Well, actually, I think it's going to take up more than that, actually. Yeah. I think we're going to have to put up a... Because I want it to take up as much water as it can, and I'm going to drain off the excess. Do the same thing as I did with the thing. Yeah, I think it's going to take another one, fellas. Sorry about this, but I think it's definitely going to take another one. I want it so that you still get water on the top, you know what I mean? So we know this is going to absorb as much as it can absorb. Yeah, that looks a bit better from past experience anyway. Because basically this is very cheap sawdust. So I just basically want to get the sawdust all nice and wet, and then to drain away the water, which will take away any of those sort of bits of carbohydrate that's still hanging around in there. Because, you know, if they haven't filtered it properly, you know. So we basically end up with wet sawdust. Is what I'm saying, you know. That's what I want to do. I want to end up with wet sawdust, which then I'll mix in my formulation, and that hopefully that will, it won't prevent it from rotting. What it will do, it will control the process. So basically, what we're trying to do is make our own little cheap peat sort of thing in a way, but in such a way as we keep all the goodies, and we you know, promote all the goodies, and we keep down or inhibit all the nasty sort of thing, and we end up with a peat that's well, in a way semi-sterile sort of thing, because peat is semi-sterile in the wild. If you read all the books, that's what it says. I said there's nothing wrong with what they say in the books. It's just that the whole theory is built on a false foundation, and yeah, everything in the books is right. It's just you've got to look at it from a totally different point of view. And as I said, once you've got the science built on firm foundation, it starts to work really well and very quickly, because it's, as I said, it's right. It was wrong before. No wonder you could never get anything to work, because it was wrong. Basically, there's no way you couldn't. It was worse than incorrect. It had gone beyond incorrect. It was just wrong, plain wrong. They don't eat the insects for the nitrogen. I mean, if the soil fixes the nitrogen from the atmosphere, the nitrogen's in the soil, not basically compared to the. And you can see this from all the scientific papers. They're talking about micrograms and they go from micrograms up to nanograms. You know, they never go beyond nanograms. Most of these papers, they don't talk about grams of protein in these insects. They're talking nanograms up to yeah, micrograms up to nanograms. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, surely that would have been a hint. How are you getting all this growth from those little tiny, if your theory is that they're using the nitrogen to do the growth? You know, if they had another theory that they were using some element that was in the insects at such a low level, well then they might have a different story. But their argument that the plants are using those very small quantities of nitrogen to do the massive growth, it just didn't stack up to basic reasoning. I mean, it was laughable. But anyway, over and out for this clip. I'll get on to making these jars up, I think, before I lose the light. Okay, over and out. We'll come back and look at this tomorrow when it's all plumped up.